Gasp. It is time for Arcade Spirits. We didn't finish chapter 6, so we're going to continue with that. I think we were going out with Queen Bee and Juniper, I believe. So we'll see how that goes. Oh boy, a date with two people. One of them's my roommate. Okay, the three of us pile into a bus, taking off for destinations. Unknown. Unknown to me, at least. They clearly know where they're going. I'm not particularly talkative on the way there, and painfully aware of it. I feel awkward, like I should say something, but don't know what to say. So Juniper carries on a conversation with Queen Bee, the two of them content to trip away without me. And you can tell it's not really the New York subway because the signs aren't in Helvetica. That's the telltale mistake that it's just like Vancouver or something. I try several times to join in the conversation, but when I open my mouth, the words aren't there. I'm lousy company, aren't I? I don't know why Queen Bee is still interested in me. The family curse can't be broken. What if this is as good as it gets? What if there's really no hope? Queen Bee deserves better than this hot mess of a person she's tied to herself to. Eventually, we arrive at our destination, a little arcade-themed restaurant, combining games and alcohol and dining into one tiny package. Here we go! Unusually excited to be going to some rundown little dive, Juniper hurries on in without me, dragging Queen Bee with her. And I'm left all alone in the parking lot. With a shrug, I open the door and enter the darkened local. Are we gonna start working here now too? Is this place even open for business yet? None of the lights are on. Hello? Juniper, where'd you go? Okay, this is now unnecessarily creepy. But before I can wonder if a giant animatronic bear is going to leap out and eat my face, the house lights come up. Not a FNAF reference. Or. Oh shit. Surprise! Happy Intervention Day! Damn, it's gotten this bad. What? What she said, we're staging an intervention on your behalf. And we're also having a wake for Francine, since, we weren't really welcome at her funeral and couldn't really hang around for the ceremony. Yeah, we didn't get the chance to heal properly, considering Deco kicked us all out before we could really do anything about anything. And here we are. So, it's a wake and an intervention.
A wake intervention, maybe?
Oh, wake intervention, really. Yep, it was my idea. Well, my iris came up with the idea and gave me all the contact information I needed. But basically my idea, right? Just the thing to pick you up when you're feeling down. Well, alrighty then. Really, seriously, Amora, you've been a damn sad sack ever since things went to shit, which I get, believe me, but it ain't healthy. So we went ahead and rented out this place for the afternoon to bring the family back together. For you, for Francine, for all of us.
Care to dance?
Oh boy. Now that you know why we're all gathered here today, let's get this party started. Teo drags me into a group of my friends, positioning me at the head of it all, leaving me a little bewildered, honestly, but trying to defend myself all the same. I don't need an intervention. This is just how things work with the Twitch family. We don't get to have nice things, the universe hath decreed it so. Then we defy the universe, and we're going to help you defy it too.
BFFs for life.
So, one by one, we're going to tell you how awesome you are and exactly why you're so awesome. And by the end, you'll be feeling a lot better, hopefully. I let out a sigh, settling in. I owe it to them to sit and listen. They're my friends, Queen Bee more so than that even. And I know I've been lousy company. I'm not so far gone as to deny that fact. Fine, lay it on me. I'm listening. Allow me to begin then. When you first entered the Funplex, I had my doubts, but I am naturally a suspicious person, and thankfully those doubts were easily disproved by your skill and enthusiasm. You came looking for your dream and found it. I swore to protect that dream, and that promise is what brought me here today. And on your very first day, you went headfirst into the most chaotic situation the Funplex could have offered, a birthday party. You did so without hesitation. When a disruptive parent was screaming at a child over something that wasn't his fault, you stepped right in and dealt with it. Again, no hesitation. Impressive. Even the issue of stolen tickets, a touchy problem to deal with when children's emotions are on the line, was dealt with effectively. Since then, you've become an event manager, without goading, without prompting, showing great ambition. You turned the Funplex fortunes around, giving your all to promote it. You made your dream a reality. For years, I was supposedly in charge of the Funplex, but really, all I accomplished was shuffling numbers around. You are the one who helped it soar. And for that, you have my thanks. You're an exceptional individual. That fact remains true, regardless of whether you can see it for yourself. Me next. Remember when I screwed up and didn't tell you about the job opening at my office? You weren't mad, not even a little bit, not even quietly mad, like you could have been. I know I can count on you, and you can count on me. Even when one of us makes a mistake, it can never shake that friendship apart. When it came to you wondering if I should leave that job I hated, you told me to follow my dreams. You gave me great advice, and I've never been happier. I followed suit and chased my own dream. You inspire me.
Hello. Hello.
Oh. Are we fashionably late? Ben? Matt? In the flesh.
What if?
Unless this world is a vast simulacrum. What? That we're all just brains in jars? Could be.
Isn't that something?
Well, if that's the case, Namor is the cutest little brain in a jar we never actually met. It's true, and she brought so many cute dates to our little shop. So nervous at first, but in time she became part of the Twins Pine small family, dearly missed. Don't remind me. Our new neighbors are so boring. They never come in for a treat or a read. Speaking of treats, we brought a cake. We'll just be over here, getting the goodies ready. Don't mind us. Oh, how nice. They came even though we really didn't, talk to them as much. Ooh, cake. I mean, my turn. Namora, you're a true friend of the Funplex.
Frustrating.
Unlike the bastards who own it now. Positivity, Naomi. We're emphasizing positivity today. Right. Back at Donnawood, you convinced Gavin to get some games I really wanted for the Funplex. And wow, you even brought home Wyvern Keep. What a find.
Wonderful.
You're a friend of arcade games in general, just like me. And even if you don't love them at a financial level, like me, I know you'll love them all the same. I know you're not happy with how things turned out. I'm not really happy about it either. It sucks, but we did good things together in the time we had.
Hamza has
Oh.
arrived.
Oh, I was not expecting him to be here either. You're late. An event does not truly begin until Hamza makes his presence felt.
My blood burns.
Namora, Hamza understands your fury, The hated enemy of all who loves arcades have despoiled your funplex. However, in our short time together, I saw a burning spirit in you. I accepted your offer for Wyvern Keep, recognizing that passion within you. Hamza would be shamed forever if he did not intervene and raise your spirits to new heights, and that is what he shall do. Ooh, cake. Excuse me a moment. Now I want cake. When do I get cake? Soon, but I have things to say first. Things that will hopefully inspire you to be a happy clam instead of a grumpy Gus. I'm a happy clam now. See how I claim happy. Can I have cake? From our first day at the Funplex together, you've been supportive of me, even after I gave you quite the scare with Pinky. You didn't let that bother you, and from that moment, we've tackled many a crisis on the Funplex floor together. I've adored when we concoct hypothetical adventures on our downtime. You're amazingly fun to be around. Remember when I stuffed you in that totally adorable maid costume? You could have fought it, but you had embraced it. You were ready for anything, and had a blast doing it. You worked so hard to make Funapalooza successful. I watched you put your blood, sweat, and tears into that, and in the end it all came together, just how you planned. As the floor attendant on duty during Funapalooza, I got to see firsthand all the smiles you brought to all those people. You rocked it. I saw you helping that customer when their game crashed. Losing your high score due to faulty electronics is no fun, but you dealt with it and made that person's day. Even problem players like Steve were no problem for you. You took on the weirdest and most annoying problems without breaking a sweat. Incredible. You made the Funplex a fun place to be for everyone. For the staff, for the casual and pro gamers, for the families, for me. I can honestly say that when you took over doing events at the Funplex, we've never had more fun. They've just been the best, all thanks to you. Ooh, I forgot we still have cake. Need some of that. Bruh. Just when I thought the speaking was done, a lull in the wake intervention, the most important person to me takes a step forward. My heart swells as she begins. Okay, so life handed you a defeat. Happens all the time, and in your case, feels like it happens all the time in a literal sense. But even pros lose matches. Losing is a learning experience. You have to lose a lot and lose hard before you can really be a winner. And you know, Nomura, no loss like no other. Thanks? Don't mention it. I wouldn't be into someone who didn't understand loss, and I'm frickin' into you. Whoa there. I never really gave much thought to love and relationships, honestly. Not until you came along, and I saw someone with the same passion I held, the same fire inside. So if today's done, anything to help rekindle your pilot light, well, frickin' good for that. And if not, I'll keep trying and trying, because I play to win. I'm going to win you your heart's desire, or die trying. I'm speechless. Seems Nomura has some thinking to do. This is pretty normal for her when she gets that far away look. Shall we begin the wake for Francine then? There's cake and coffee and spirits from the bar. Cake! As if in slow motion, I watched them all switch their attention from me and redirected towards the refreshments. They're all smiling, conversing, and serving cake to each other. None for me, thank you. Watching the blood sugar. Frickin' me, this cake is amazeballs. All we need now are some rockin' tunes to get this party on the next level. All of them here to support me, even without the Funplex, even after everything going wrong, after Francine being taken from us too soon. I never really thought of myself as the central in all this. I was the outsider at first, the one who walked in those doors looking for a job, nothing more. I've always been on the outside, honestly. Moving from town to town, always the new kid, never really important to anyone, not until I'd settled in one place just long enough to get to know Juniper. But by then I'd come to exact that I'd never be happy. So when I finally was happy and that got taken away, well, I guess I assumed that's how things go, going with the flow. But now, I don't want this to end. I want to feel like celebrating again. Change is inevitable, and I can adjust. The game isn't over, not by a long shot. Huh. Change is inevitable, and I can adjust. Huh. The game isn't over, not by a long shot. I like that one better. No. No, I refuse to give up. Right here, I have everything I've ever wanted. Whether I realize it or not, I've got friends, I've got love, I've got a legacy proven in their words. I can mope and stew in my losses. I can't deny the power of what I accomplished, and I will not stop fighting for what I need in life. This game is not over. I'll take a frickin' huge slice of that cake. Lots of icing. The girl looks up when I speak, slightly confused by the declaration, so I walk right up and claim my slice on my own. Sorry, gang. I screwed up and let this drag me down. Won't happen again. We're here to party, right? Let's party. Let's raise a glass high to all we've done together. Nobody can deny that we're an unstoppable force with or without a funplex. Who's with me? Smiles all around. And you know what? It feels good to be back. Hooray! For the next hour or so, my sadness fades away, piece by piece. We share stories, many of which I'd never heard before, about the funplex and the shenanigans that went on around it. Surprisingly, Ben and Matt spin the most tales about Francine's exploits. They've been neighbors for decades. The so-called Wick intervention gives us all a chance to heal and to bond. For all we've lost and all we still have, we are still together. Despite one little problem, which nobody wants to talk about. Uh-oh. The hour grows late, and we only have this place rented for the afternoon. I can feel it in the air, that unspoken worry. Will we see each other again? No doubt we can arrange more get-togethers, but they'd all be reunions over what was lost, not really building anything new. Nostalgia, not progress. Without the funplex, without Francine, will we eventually simply fall away? That dark little thought troubles me as I swirl my drink, remaining quiet while others talk. Oh boy, hello Iris. Hey Iris, what's up? I'm glad you're feeling better. Yeah, me too. I'm glad too. So, do you want me to start finding you a new job? I can search while you're talking with your friends, no problem. I do need to get back to living my life. But what sort of life do I want to live? Why don't we just have everyone, remake an arcade and then have everyone, go back to it? So technically, we just continue where we left off. Why don't we just do that? Excuse me, and have Gavin be the owner. I want my dream back. I want a new job. Ooh, I want my dream back. I don't just want a new job. I want my dream, my funplex. Not just 4 walls and a bunch of games, but a community. When I was a lifeguard, I'd saved lives and made a safe space for people to enjoy the pool with friends. I'm not done with that dream, and more importantly, I don't have to be done with it. All around me are pioneers of this community, this culture, technicians, designers, enthusiasts, investors, people with connections. And that's when the idea starts to form. Iris, can you search for commercial spaces, one for lease or rent? Huh? Of course. I'm a literal search wizard. Why?
I know.
Oh, I think I get it. Step away from my quiet corner and approach the group. It's time to take back control over my dream, and that starts here. Warning, intense identity situation detected. Oh boy. Why can't we open a new arcade? What's stopping us? I'd like to keep sharing my dream with you. So is this it? We're letting Deco win? Who's up for a sequel to the Funplex? Let's do the first one. Why can't we open a new arcade? What's stopping us? Why can't we open a new arcade? The crowd hushes when I grab their attention. I set my drink aside and step up to them. I'm serious about this. Why not? What's stopping us? In this room, I see all the resources and creativity needed to make it happen. There's no reason not to do it. Is it risky? Absolutely. I won't deny that. But I'd rather take a reasonable risk than let all that we've accomplished go to waste. My mind's made up. I'm opening a new arcade. If anyone wants to join me, you're welcome to. A hush falls over the crowd before two friends step up and join me.
Certainly.
Woo! Let's get started. Hooray! Okay, Kevin, you're gonna be manager. Thanks. No dire warnings about how impractical or unrealistic this idea is? No. Your reasoning is sound, and I want to be involved. Simple as that.
Such fire!
Unyielding in the face of the storm, a wind of iron, Hamza respects this and wishes to bask in your unending glory. Okay, can you supply us with some arcade machines? Thanks. You've got my thanks, both of you. Okay, this is no longer a Wickham intervention. People now, it's a conspiracy. Oh my gosh.
Conspiracy.
Oh, great heavens. It's a Wickham conspiracy. Sure, why not? We settle down around the table, a nice round one, to discuss the future. I'm leading the show, but I don't take the spotlight. Not this time. We have to all work together to make this dream a reality. This is it. The next few decisions are going to be critical in shaping the future I have in my mind's eye. I'll need to choose very, very carefully because there's no take-backsies. Uh-oh. Iris is looking for spaces we can use, but we're going to need money. Absolutely, and arcades are risky startups. I could always respond to one of the many Nigerian prints offering amazing offers. But I'm thinking more traditional funding is safer. Excuse me. Alright, I'm scared, so we're gonna save that. Real quick. Way I see it, there's 4 people here who could foot the bill to get us off the ground. Hamza, you've got tangled web of connections in the industry, access to games and plenty of cash, and a free-wielding whimsy to spend it.
Must consider this.
Hamza is a man of resources indeed. Percy, you've been building a charity war chest for when you pass. I know an arcade isn't a sound investment and is hardly a charity, but you promised me Mr. Moopy would always have a home. If I can help restore that home, I'm game, love. Ben and Matt, you two know how to run a small business. You've got invaluable knowledge and resources we could draw from if you're willing to dip a toe in this industry. We have been looking for new horizons to conquer. New lands to
There
explore.
would be caveats,
Terms,
conditions,
exemptions,
rules,
guidelines,
best practices.
worst practices.
That's not a thing.
Oh, Hamza would likewise have conditions. As would I.
Understandable, of course. Let me hear your thoughts, then I'll decide. Decision number 1. Funding and direction. In order for me to back your play, Hamza would require you to strike at the very heart of Deco Nami's empire and open a family restaurant alongside your arcade. Take from him the very business he adores so much. We don't know the first thing about running a restaurant. Thankfully, your business partners does. I own several restaurants. I would provide staffing and resources.
No risk, no reward.
Now this is a risky play, but if it succeeds, the rewards shall be tremendous. Actually, that's similar to what Matt and I had in mind. Oh yes, but rather than a restaurant, well, we like to open a barcade. Ooh, I've always wanted to run a bar. I'd raise a glass to that idea. After all, sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name, and there's always glad you came. Now, it wouldn't be nearly as large scale as a family restaurant, much safer. Not quite as profitable, but still quite tidy. Honestly, I prefer if you simply run a video arcade and nothing more. Adding an extra seems like a recipe for failures. We know how to operate simple small-scale arcade, so why not stick with our strengths? I'll grant it as a lower ceiling for success than the others. It's just an arcade, and won't pull in anybody looking for more low risk, low reward. But I'd say that would be my condition. We need to stick to the basics. So take the big gamble on a family restaurant, or make a cozy little barcade, or just go with a classic video arcade. This decision is going to affect the entire direction of the new venture. What do I want? What's my dream? Hamza, let's steal Deco's restaurant business. Ben and Matt, let's open a barcade. Percy will make the finest video arcade ever. Huh. You know what? We'll just... Since this is our first playthrough and run through the story, we'll just stick to what we have done so far. So we'll just stay with just the only arcade, and we'll go with what Percy is saying. I like to stick to our core strengths. We know how to operate an arcade, so let's operate on an arcade. Percy, I'd be honored if you lend your aid to that. Wonderful, I'm looking forward to working with you. It would be a wonderful legacy to leave, would it not? I suppose asking you to search for the stars was a bit much, but we'll still support you, whatever may come. Hamza admits the disappointment, but cannot defy your iron will. Okay, the second thing we need to talk about is what sort of games we want to focus on. The Fun Packs did a little bit of everything, and we will too. We want to include all gamers. But we can also highlight one style of play or another, really provide best-in-class gaming for a specific audience. Any thoughts? Decision number 2, game focus.
Sweet.
Retro games, it's gotta be all about retro games. You know I'm capable of keeping those older games in tip-top shape. If we focus on retro games, we could serve an audience that Deco's completely ignoring. I would agree with Miss Fairchild. Retro games are an untapped market. I'll grant it, I wouldn't pull in as much profit, but we know gamers are seeking them. We don't have to make all the money, just enough to keep our pure and untainted dream afloat. And we can do that with a well-curated retro game library.
Nope, no way.
Retro's cool and all, but let's talk esports games. They'll draw money better than jamming a magnet up your ass and dragging you through Fort Knox. Get a couple good fighters, more than one FOD, some race and dance games, the kind of stuff where folks can compete head to head, and we're golden.
Absolutely.
I have to agree with Queen Bee. You can play retro games on emulators and consoles, but you can't duplicate the community experience of an arcade at home. If we had an esports focus, we could build something together which works as a second home for all sorts of gamers. Oh, shit. I think you know what I'm going to suggest. Redemption and prize games. They provide excellent profits. It's the core of Deco's business model, yes, but I think if we focus on those games, we can do them right. No predatory pricing, no scams or rip-offs. And the truth is, most people enjoy them, from kids wanting to win that big prize to the wistful adults recapturing their childhood dreams of playing skee-ball on the boardwalk. They're simple to play and most of all fun. If they're done right, we can make meaningful memories for everyone. And prizes. Did I mention the prizes? We could stock the shelves with the coolest prizes around. Better than Deco's prizes, which fall apart after 2 minutes. Which matches my ideal arcade more. We'll have all 3, sure. But we but do we emphasize retro games, esports, or prize games? Deco thinks the only new games make more money. Let's prove them wrong and have the world's greatest retro-style arcade ever. Woohoo, I'll pick out only the best games, don't worry. Oh shit. I think I clicked on it too fast without it loading, but I was gonna select retro games regardless. But damn, I didn't see the options. My bad. Excellent, I'm looking forward to this project. Because in the end, we still have all three, so that's good. Okay, so that's money and games. Now let's go beyond what we already had at the Funplex. Let's really make this something special. Decision 3, new projects. I want a defining feature for our arcade, one which will make it stand out, something nobody else is doing, something nobody's even thought about before. All ideas on the table. If it was too outlandish for the Funplex, it's not too outlandish for me. Show me what you got. Well, I mean, I'm not really a part of this, but come on, you're my best friend and 100% part of this. I couldn't be here in this moment if it wasn't for you. Go on, Juniper. What's your idea? Branding. I'm freelancing now, which means I could come on board as your personal brand manager. One heck of a consulting gig. An arcade needs really stellar image management to stand out from the rest, like the event poster I made for you.
What if?
Ooh, hey Juniper, I can add to that. What if we worked together? I was thinking of designing a new mascot costume anyway, but I could collaborate and coordinate with you, and how it'll tie into the visuals for the rest of the arcade.
Yes!
Yeah, it's a winning combination. Ashley and I can do great work together, coming up with some really stellar branding and marketing. We'll stand out in the crowd.
Maybe.
Hell, I know exactly what sort of project I want us to do. Streamer support. Assembling and packing away my streaming rig each day is ridiculous, and duct taping a webcam in front of a screen is a lousy hack. If I could just step right up to a game and, I don't know, swipe a card or something and be streaming with a direct feed in seconds, well, I can think of dozens streamers who just flock to our place to get a piece of that.
Yeah!
Actually, I think I know how we could do that. I could rig up a general purpose daughter board which plays man in the middle with the video feed, works with an RFID reader to get a streamer's info. Ties into a central video encoder on the Wi-Fi network. Yeah, I can make that happen, and without damaging any classic hardware. Once more in English, please. I know software, not hardware. We stick a thingy in the thingy and everything works just fine. I'm sure there's some legal and copyright issues to tackle, but if we can do it, let's be the world's first streaming arcade. Huh. I was thinking, well, if the reason why older games are considered a dead end is that they don't work in the ticket game ecosystem, why not add ticket output to normal games? We could reward skilled players with prize tickets based on their high score or speed of completion. With the right balancing, we can make old games just as desirable as the new ones.
Perhaps.
As Naomi said, there may be legal hurdles to clear, but I'm in favor of this idea. It's not that I love prize games, I find them boring. Personally, you know I favor pinball, but profit is the lifeblood of an arcade, and prize games are profitable. If we can get movie producing tickets, well, that's something nobody's ever done before. Interesting, but as much as I love to do all three, I doubt we have the money or time for that. Let's focus on one project to launch our arcade with. Do we want to have really good branding, or streamer support, or retrofit tickets on old games? Juniper and Ashley get to work on our branding. Queen Bee and Naomi, let's make arcade streaming soar. Percy and Gavin, we can make tickets work better. I like Juniper and Ashley's thing better, because, like, if we're gonna, like, promote retro style gaming a bit more, and, like, well, we still have everything else, I feel like having a brand for this new arcade to try to stand out against decos, and let alone try to do a little bit better than the Funplex. I feel like the branding would be better, so we're gonna do that. We need to stand out from the pack. That means strong graphic design and a great mascot. Can't think of anyone better suited than Juniper and Ashley. Yeah, you won't regret this, Nomura. I got ideas. I'll make the ultimate cosplay, my masterpiece, my Mona Lisa. Just you wait and see. One more thing. Final decision, the name. If this is going to be my baby, my dream arcade, I've got a name already in mind for it. So bearing any objections, I'd like to welcome you all to... What's the name of the new arcade? 30 characters max. Oh my god, what do we name the arcade? Arcade Spirits, that's crazy. Just name it the game itself. Oh, let's see. What do we want to change it to? Kind of want to base it off the Funplex a little bit. What if we just name it Funapalooza? No. We probably should come up with something new. Tokicade? Oh no, that just popped into my head. Tokicade. 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 Why? I don't know. I'm just gonna call it that because that's what popped into my head. Tokicade. Tokicade, is that right? That works. Tokicade. Let's call it Tokicade. Tokicade? I like it. We can work with that. Let's hear it for Tokicade. Our home lives again. How exciting. Yeah. A toast then? One by one, everyone raises their glasses. I fetch my room temperature drink and raise mine high in return. For those we've lost and those we've yet to meet, let's do this right. Together we can accomplish anything. Now let's get super drunk. Let's do this right. Let's do this right. On three, everyone. For Tokicade and the future. For Tokicade. Hooray! Losing everything, then getting it all back, and then some. It's been a roller coaster of a week, to be sure. But I can rest now. Absolutely not. I need to take charge of this project, and my life in general. I have to do it for them. What Francine did for us. That's okay. I'm ready. I'm willing. And this is our time. Ooh. Oh yay, we finished level 6. And we got an achievement. Hit the lever. Hooray. You've cleared level 6 of Arcade Spirits. A winner is you. Now let's see your score. You're proving to be gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored 19,850 points. Woohoo! Shops in the volcano devastation city of Pompeii bear the characteristics of a pizzeria. That's a neat, if a bit depressing, pizza fact just for you. Do you want to save your game before proceeding to level 7? Yes. Hooray! Oh boy. Get some water. Level 7. New game plus. Plus Ultra? Excuse me. It is the distant future, year 20XX. And for the first time, I am entirely in control of my destiny. I am no longer merely working in an arcade. Now I'm working on my future. Which admittedly still involves working in an arcade, but still, my future. I'll admit, it feels weird. I've grown so used to going with the flow, letting life better and bruise me, that having a true and honest hand on the controls is a bit terrifying. Everyone's counting on me to keep the flame of Miss Francine's Funplex alive as we move into the era of Tokicade. And well, honestly, I'm super anxious about it all. I want this to be perfect. I will make it so. It's gonna be fine. It has to be. I mean, if we're gonna be starting up a new place, it's gonna make someone anxious, so yeah. I'm nervous, but who wouldn't be? There's so much riding on the success of Tokicade, not just a paycheck, but hopes and dreams of all my friends. And I can't forget about Queen Bee's hopes and dreams in particular. I'm not the only one anxious about this. The stress weighs heavily on both of us. I don't want to let her down. I keep waiting for the universe to wake up and notice that I'm on a roll. If Fickle Fae could take away the Funplex, what could it do to Tokicade? I know that's hardly a constructive attitude to have, but anxiety is a rarity of a logical thing. You can know the truth while your nerves tell you something else entirely. Now all that's left is to get through opening day without incident. Oh boy! I arrive early that morning to go over any last-minute preparations and make sure everything is in order. Plus, Juniper was sick of watching me pace back and forth at home after breakfast. So she lovingly shoved me out of the apartment and told me to be productive. Now I stood in awe of the building, the dream I poured my heart and soul into. I still barely believe it myself. I paused a moment to let the reality finally hit me, and then stepped into my destiny. Okay. Pushing open the doors to Tokicade, I was greeted by relative peace and quiet. Just the beeps and boops and people moving about doing last-minute preparations. Well, the arcade looks and the layout is nice. We traveled along an arduous road ever since the Great Wicked Intervenspiracy. Gavin secured us a great rental space, an abandoned pizza place with that all too familiar triangular roof. Nobody else wanted it, but we didn't care about the funny shaped quirk is in our favor. And I really couldn't have done it all the renovations this place needed without the help of our financial benefactor. Percy gave up a large chunk of his savings for this. I hope we can do right by him, considering it was going to charity originally. Now it's going to us. We went with a familiar layout, if it ain't broke and all that, to show that we've still got the spirits and passion that made the Funplex great. But it's not all carbon copy. We've got a few new additions that Francine would be proud of. The video wall is a nice touch. That one was my idea. It alternates between running music videos, game promos, and high score leaderboards. We also repainted and did a general update on all the appliances and fixtures to give it a more finished feel and less of a retired pizza place turned arcade vibe. Naomi and Percy worked together to pick out games with a decently retro feel, considering Deco's focus on tickety gambling-ish games. This helps us stand out from the competition. I like the layout so far. It's like nice. It's very neon. She put in a lot of hard work restoring them, and truthfully, we've run into a lot of problems along the way, but watching her tirelessly working to perfect them is inspiring. Juniper and Ashley really nailed our grand experiment into unique branding. It's completely on point. By spearheading our advertising campaign, the buzz is building. Our hype train is pulling in passengers of all sorts, and the imagery they've created will ride them along after they've left. Definitely the right call to make. All of my decisions, all of my choices made Tokicade what it is. So much labor and love went into the project from all of us, and now all that's left is to officially open these doors. But before that fateful hour begins, I still want one last check on operations, just in case. Uh-oh. Since we opted for the basic arcade, honestly, setup was a breeze. Naomi and Ashley worked together to get the games up and running. Ashley managed to impress Naomi when she pulled out her long-forgotten skills with electronics. Naomi seems to be busying herself with double, triple, and even quadruple checks of every game prior to opening. So, talk to me. We good? Oh, hey! Or should I call you boss? Nomura's just fine. Okay, we're good to go, Nomura. Great, great. Since we're focusing entirely on the games, we need to make sure they're absolutely perfect. Agreed, and you can count on me to deliver. I better hurry up and finish my checks though. We're opening soon and I want to finish this game. As you were then. Toodles. Good. Not that I was too worried about the games. Keeping things simple worked out well for us. Percy was right. Running a classic arcade is right in our wheelhouse. After my quick check-ins, I noticed the clock. Its unforgiving hands telling me that it's not long now. Okay, breathe, Nomura. Calm down. Everything's clearly under control. There's no need to freak out. You're just mistaking excitement for terror. This is exciting. It's a happy day and first day of Tokucade. You can do this. You can do this. No, with all of us working together, we can do this. As long as no unforeseen problems pop up.
Oh, hey.
Nomura. If I'm going to be torn away from my contemplations, I'm sure happy it's them by the most loveliest of voices. I gladly turn my attention to Queen Bee and I smile. I was just helping Purr get pumped to play Moopy and pitching in where I could. I don't know how you manage everything, but you did. Do you have a moment? I wanted to show you something. My moment of chill is interrupted when I notice she's holding an envelope in her hands. I don't know what's in there, but immediately I get a bad feeling about it. I mean, who can even use the postal system anymore? Unless it's bills, scams, or other bad news. So I received this letter in the mail from the 4 Heavenly Kings. Can you believe that? Who the frickin' even uses snail mail anymore? I was thinking exactly that, minus the swears, of course. Anyway, that's not important. What important is opening this here with you. Like right now? Right before grand opening? Yeah, is that a problem? I figured we could celebrate together. I'm sure they're sending me some sort of promotion or invite to some huge-ass tournament. You're celebrating opening day, so we could join forces and commemorate our victories together. Except now is not an ideal time. I would love nothing more than enjoying a moment that isn't the consistent that is Tokucade, but there are 1,000,001 other things I should be doing. I'm at crossroads. Open the letter already. Now is not the time. Let's be quick about it. You know what? She's here. She's in front of us. Just open it. To heck with it. The curiosity is killing me, and I need to know what's in there. I can't wait any longer. Hurry up and open it.
Yeah.
Yes, let's see what this baby has in store. Here we go. In one fell swoop, Queen Bee rips open the envelope and hastily removes the paper inside. She begins reading it aloud. It has been an honor having you as part of the 4 Heavenly Kings. You've already learned so much, and in turn, we've learned from you too. To further all of our knowledge, we think it's best for all the kings and queen to be under the same roof. Therefore, Queen Bee, you are cordially invited to move into our team house. Queen Bee takes a moment to let the words sink in. She's stunned, but eventually her excitement pulls her lips into a grin. This is huge! And what does this mean exactly? Team house? What's that? Alright, a team house is where all the members of the team, me and the rest of 4HK, live together, play together, eat and drink together. Everything is done as a team. A pit quells in my stomach and it reads all over my face. Don't worry, Nomura. It's not like we're going to be freaking together. There are separate bathrooms. Oh no. The joke fails to make light of a very serious situation at the hand. So you had to move to wherever the house is located, right? And that's not in the city, let alone the state, right? Noting my dissatisfaction, Queen Bee tries to simply dismiss it. Yeah, but this is going to boost my skills to the next level. All the most prominent winning FOD teams live together. It's the next step of my
Oh,
career.
fantastic.
Trust me, this is freaking fantastic news. Is it? I let the words plummet from my mouth without hesitation. And seeing Queen Bee's immediate frown, I instantly regret it. Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? What about us? You know, us. You and me. Keeping a relationship going across state lines would be difficult, right? Can't exactly keep the romance alive through video chats and text messages.
Excuse me?
Uh-oh.
Since when did I agree to chain myself down? Have I not spent time and energy supporting you endlessly and making your dream come true with this arcade?
I mean, yeah, no, she's got a point there.
Have I not cheered you on when you needed it? And you can't even give me the same respect in return for my dreams? If you can't,
Queen Bee snorts and then
maybe
sighs.
I should just go then.
No, this is not what I wanted. My heart wrenches. But you moving, would it mean... I wasn't ready for this. Don't you think this is a bit selfish of you? I respect your ambition, but can we make this work? This is too much to take in right now. I mean, long distance relationship, it would suck for seeing each other in person, and it does drop your, like, motivation and spirits in general, but yeah, no, she is right. Like, she's been through it with us. Like, of course, we're just listening about her FOD tournaments and all that, but now she has an opportunity to excel in her career like we just did right now, so it's only fair for her to, like, let her do what she wants to do as well. So I respect your ambition, but can we make this work? If Queen Bee leaves, I'll be all alone. Again. I want to respect her right to make her own choices. I just don't think I can let her walk right out of my life without trying to figure this out. I understand you've got aspirations and dreams the same as I, and I admire that. Truly, your passion inspires me even. But Queen Bee, I've also grown sort of attached to you. I can't see myself without you by my side. Is there some way we can make this work for us? Oh. Look, that's touching and all, but we really haven't discussed this in terms of us yet. And here you are talking about being together forever. Along with all that lovey-dovey bull.
Remember, we talked about keeping this strictly label-free. I really don't feel comfortable with all this talk.
But I love you. Oh, great heavens. And that's the honest truth of it. Even if we agreed to part ways, I love her, and she probably doesn't want to hear that, but I couldn't help myself. I could no longer fight those feelings. I feel like we're more than just a summer fling. Maybe you don't feel it, but I can't deny my heart. But if you go, it'll hurt. But I'll understand. I don't, but like, the fact that she says she doesn't want to put a label on us overall is kind of just like her also saying like she doesn't really know what she feels at the same time. So at this point we're just like kind of like friends with benefits. But yeah, maybe you don't feel it, but I can't deny my heart. I mean, if you go, it'll hurt, but I'll understand. I feel like, yeah, I like this choice better. If this is what you want, who am I to stop you? It's what you've always dreamed of, and you should follow your heart. But my heart wants to be here with you. It'll be bittersweet watching you follow your dreams. I'll be cheering you on from here. As I watch you walk away, it will devastate me. My heart aches at the mere thought of it. These feelings won't halt even if we go our separate ways. I love you, Queen Bee. Truly. As if saying it again made it more real, more concrete to her. Both of us went silent for a long pause, each looking away, embarrassed and upset. The feelings and emotions happening right now are accumulating, and discussing this any further here and now will only make matters more complicated. And I still have to open Togicade. Listen, maybe we should take a few minutes to reflect and come back to talk about this after today is over, okay? Problem is, I have to open the doors like 15 minutes ago. This arcade is important to me too, and I need to focus my attention on it for the moment. Fine. Whatever. It doesn't matter. We'll talk later. Maybe. Before I can apologize or utter anything else, Queen Bee dismisses herself from the conversation. And I'm starting to wish I'd burned down the post office this morning. Dude, that kind of just sucks. Like, in a way, like, there's nothing wrong with you being so career savvy, but also it's like your career can't really, it shouldn't really be taking over your life. As bad as it is, yes, your career will help you make money and survive in this world, but it shouldn't be completely overtaking you. But this whole situation with Queen Bee, it kind of just feels like, kind of like high school love in a way. You don't have everything like figured out yet and set to go. And that's what like this relationship with Queen Bee feels like. I can't handle this right now. As much as I want to stop everything and sort through this mess, I've got a job to do today. There will be time later to patch things up with Queen Bee. Presumably. Oh boy. I need to at least try to put this turmoil behind me so I can focus on the first day of Tokacade with a smile. Despite reeling from that incident just now, despite my nerves, I'm ready to do this because I have to be ready. No choice. I've got big plans for our opening ceremony. I'm going to open the doors, give my prepared speech to the gathered masses, and stay on hand to greet gamers as they enter. Stepping to the forefront, I grasp the door handles and throw the gates to Tokacade wide. Behold, gamers, I give you Tokacade. Welcome, friends. Welcome to Tokacade. Tokacade is now open for business. Welcome, friends. Welcome to Tokacade. Welcome to all of you. I hope that... Oh, goddamn. I don't even have time to finish one line of my big dramatic speech. The crowd spills through the doors and runs right past me, eager to get to the games. Immediately, the arcade fills with the sound of beeps and bops, games starting up and people laughing with delight as they find their favorites. Well, there goes my entire opening ceremony plans out the window. I had all sorts of stuff planned, but if folks want to just get to gaming, who am I to argue? After a few minutes of final checks around the place, I decide to move into Phase 2, meet and greets around the arcade. I walk the arcade like I did in my floor attendant days, talking with folks and making sure everything is running smoothly. Although I could probably track down Queen Bee too, assuming she wants to talk yet, which may not be the case. Tokacade is my domain, open to my exploration. Where should I visit first? Gavin and Percy are hanging out near the change machine. Naomi fixes Teo's dance game, which seems to have crashed. Queen Bee and Ashley are talking about some arcade news. Do we really want to go bum rush Queen Bee? I mean, honestly, we'll just see how she is, because this is supposed to be like the Queen Bee run, even though I haven't choose like all the things I want for Queen Bee. But like at the same time, it's also like I'm playing this game as like if I'm in this situation as well. So I want to like stick true with like my thoughts and opinions. So let's go see what they're up to, I guess. Near the center of the arcade, Ashley's showing off her new cosplay to Queen Bee. Oh yeah! Ashley's like in the is the mascot. Oh, so she's basically a Sailor Moon. Okay, cool. Wow, just wow. She's been keeping it a total surprise from us all, working in secret on it. Impressive stuff. It seems to have attracted the attention of a brand new customer at least.
Oh, hey.
Oh boy. Oh, hey, look, Nomura. A real life in the wild newbie.
Hiya.
Welcome to Tokicade. We're so happy to have you join us for opening day. Thank you. As much as I like to pull Queen Bee aside and talk things over with her, it's probably best not to air any dirty laundry in front of the customers. I'll just wait until it's a more opportune moment. Child, yes, you, young one, tell no more here what you told us. That I've never used a joystick before in my life. I mean, I've mostly been to Deckos Palace or played games on my phone, touchscreens and stuff, that's all. I've never really been much of a gamer, but all my friends are here today, so I was figuring I might try one out. Never, not even once played on a joystick? Can you believe it? Yes, we've all been there, no point in faulting them for it now. Doll, but that's just too cute. To be young and innocent again. And don't worry at all, Tokicade is the right place to learn. We are a friendly, inviting sort of arcade, no mad skills required. Here, it's all about having fun. Oh yes, and you know what's super fun? Learning how to play Fist of Discomfort. Trust me. When I go a few rounds, I'll even spot you some tokens. Seeing Queen Bee's con, Ashley quickly tries to offer something else. Or you could join me for a round or two of TMNT. Nothing like a friendly cooperative brawler game to ease you into things.
No way.
Best way to learn is to jump head first into the deep end. I say no regrets, just mashing buttons and moving that joystick. And when you're starting with the hottest title, you've got a built-in community to learn from, right at your fingertips. But turtles who are ninjas. Looks like I might need to jump in and persuade this kid to choose a game. They look like a deer trapped in headlights. Stuck in the crossfire. I don't like how the kid is like biting his lip. Like, it don't look right. You want hot arcade action? Queen Bee's right. You want some friendly fun? Ashley's right. Why not play something simple? Try Fast Cars 5. Damn. I mean, he's here to have friends and try the new game, so I feel like you should play with Ashley in that case. Just to ease into it. Let's start you out right. 2 buttons, 1 stick. Endless fun. Ashley, want to show our new friend the Majesty of Mutants, named after famous painters? Oh, do I? Let's go beat up some conveniently bloodless robot ninjas and get shell-shocked. Okay, sure. Lead the way. The newbie seems happy with this decision, even if it's just because they get to play with Ashley. It was a bit less intimidating. I was looking forward to decimating that newbie quite a bit. In a good-natured way, of course. I'm still learning from my teammates in 4HK, and I'm eager to pass some lessons on. Hey, Queen Bee, listen. About earlier.
No way.
No, not now. You go do your thing and let me do mine. Can't argue that. Guess I'm stuck in limbo for now. Time for me to move on. Gavin and Percy are hanging out near the change machine. Naomi's fixing Teo's game, which seemed to have crashed. Well, if Gavin and Percy are just vibing, then let's just go check on Naomi. Most of the time, I'm drawn to Showtime stage because of that flashing lights and the hip beats. Not because it's completely silent. No music at all. As I approach, I see Naomi feverishly working to fix it. Seeing the whole thing without tunes and sings to its flashy lighting rig is kind of depressing. And listening to Naomi mutter as she works, she undoubtedly feels the same way. Oh boy. This was working fine earlier. Why isn't it working out? Oh. Fortunately, Teo is surprisingly knowledgeable about the inner workings of his favorite game. You may need to re-image the hard drive. I know some gray area websites where we can get a replacement copy of the files if needed. This is the 3rd release version of Showtime Stage software, right? Those are easier to come by than the more modern 4th version, oddly enough. The files aren't the problem. I think the hard drive itself was damaged in shipping, and if so, well, you might not be able to dance at all today. I have to order a new part. I'm sorry, there were just so many games to get up and running, And I must have missed the ticking time bomb of a hardware
No
failure.
problem.
Hey, it's cool. I don't need to get my groove on all the time. Showtime Stage is one of our flagship games. It's flashy, it's exciting, and Teo's dance moves brings the crowd in. Getting it working for opening day is a priority. Teo, do you know any sources for Showtime Stage hard drives? Naomi, can we pull a hard drive from a different game and reformat it? Can we roll out a different game to replace it temporarily? Oh. Let's see. I mean, I feel like if we just pull it back in and replace it with something else, that'll take a long time. Can we pull a hard drive from a different game and reformat it? I don't think we have any extra games in the back if she had to double check. So, I feel like Teo, do you know any sources for Showtime Stage hard drives? If you know where we can get the files discreetly, what about the physical drive? Teo, do you know where we could, pull for one? As a Showtime Stage community manager, of course, I cannot advocate third-party mods and official Showtime Stage hardware. But I could probably hook you up with a few friends in town who develop their own homebrew replacement hardware. I bet I could wrangle up something that'll keep us rolling for a few days, while Naomi orders a true replacement part from corporate HQ in Japan. That'd work. I bet I could doctor it to look official too, just in case. I'll make some calls. You can count on me. We'll have this running in an hour or two. Nice. So it'll take a bit of time, but we'll get our stage back in working order. Good. Maybe we'll get through opening day without any major problems aside from this. Oh boy. Before I go, I spot a gamer who's been watching, super curious about what's going on. I can swear I've seen this guy before, maybe in a crowd or something. Hey, is Showtime Stage really hosed? For now, yes, but we'll have to fix it up as soon as we can. Aw man, I wanted to get my groove on. That's a bummer. You know, I might know a guy who knows a guy who can get you a replacement super cheap. Or like any game you want, anything, as long as don't ask too many questions. Thanks for your generous offer, but we're fine. I'm getting the feeling I'd be asking lots of questions. By super cheap, do you mean fence goods? No, we'll just say thanks for your generous offer, but we're fine. No reason to be mean or to lampshade what's likely meant as an open invitation to do some crimes. I'm happy to see your enthusiasm for Tookacade, but I think we can handle this. Sorry you can't play your favorite game right now, but it'll be fixed soon. The gamer shrugs it off, not too offended. It's cool. Just figured I offer. I dig this place. It's got a little bit of everything I like. I'll just come back later to wow all the ladies with my hot style. Later. That was odd. But as he fades back into the crowd, I decide to move on. Where should I visit next? I guess Gavin and Percy. Since we decide to stick with basics, there aren't too many places to hang out and not play games. It's all games all the time. Surprisingly, Percy and Gavin have found a quiet corner near the change machine. Tanked. Completely tanked. I'm glad for your little tip. I was ready to invest a good chunk of my pocketbook in that company. All my hard work would have been tanked right alongside it. This is par, of course. When my siblings snatch up technology companies, it's a pump and dump in a sense. They stir up excitement, and in the acquisition, they drop it once it goes cold. I've never really seen one of their endeavors bear fruit for very long, thanks to their short attention spans. I'm glad I could save you the heartache.
Apologies.
No offense. I think I could handle a few accidental heart-related puns without going into a cardiac arrest. My good fellow? Damn. But it's good to avoid a pothole on the road of finance, yes, especially with so many of my resources already tied up in Tookacade. I approach them in what it seems like a natural lull in the conversation, although talk of finances is itself quite a downer. So, stock market talk? Indeed. I like to do my trades in the morning before I come to the arcade. Get all that bother over so I can focus on Moby. I'm afraid we're being extremely boring at the moment, Nomura. Just two overly serious gentlemen talking about finance. That's fine. I'm adulting at 110% efficiency today. Having started a new business myself, I should probably learn about how, money works. Oh, what would you like to know about? Investments. How do I plan for the arcade's future? Expenses. I want to throw a kick-ass party tonight to celebrate. Taxes. I never had to file for a business before. I like that one. The taxes. Okay. So I usually just fill out a bunch of numbers on a website and pay someone else to worry about taxes for me. I don't think I could do that anymore, can I? At risk of falling asleep on my feet, teach me the ways of Byzantine tax codes. Ha! Gavin chuckles as if watching a caveman trying to play with his new thing called fire. That doesn't really have to concern you. It's why you've hired me, after all. If I could keep Miss Francine's arcade afloat, I could keep Tokacade from sinking. Besides, we have a few months yet before I need to start chugging antacid in bulk and pulling long nights in front of a spreadsheet. I suggest focusing on here and now. Yeah, I guess I'm just jumping the gun a bit on that. The two sink deeper and deeper into conversation about currency exchanges, physically policy, tax rate changes, and start to lose consciousness. I admire their passion, but there's only so much adulting I can handle in one day, and I need to reserve some for later. It's then that I notice the customer having problems with the change machines. Uh-oh. She frowns as she swipes her credit card through the slot, and again, the little red error light popping each time she does so. Aw, come on, this was working earlier. Sensing an opportunity to provide excellent customer service and further prove my adulting chops, I step in to help. Hello, good morning, I'm the manager here. Can I be of some assistance? She looks awfully familiar. Have we met before? Alright, I invited her to check out my arcade, didn't I? Guess that's why she's here.
What's up?
Hey, good to see you. Love what you've done with this place. Just love it. But something's wrong with your credit card readers. My card's legit. I was using it earlier with no issues, but now it's all messed up and stuff. Can you help me? I can pay cash if I gotta. I'm not trying to duck and run out on you, but I really prefer to use the card. Sure, we'll try and run your card one more time. You know what? It's on the house with our things. Iris, can you help her out with this issue? Huh. You know what? It's on the house with our things. Iris, can you help out with her with the issue? I don't know what Iris is gonna do about this machine when it's messed up. I feel like if we kept running her card, she might get charged multiple times when she isn't able to get the tokens. So you know what? It's on the house. It's opening day, and I want to build customer loyalty. Best way to do that is to be unusually generous. Here, have some tokens on me. Just our way of saying thanks for checking out Tokacade today, so you could get started having fun.
Yeah.
Seriously? Wow, thanks a bunch. I had a good feeling coming into this place. Like it'd make a fine home away from home. Glad to see I was right. Super glad. Okay, I'm off to get my game on. Another problem solved by Nomura. I am so good at this. With that matter settled, it's back to wandering the arcade. Where to next? Before I can continue my wanderings, Gavin pops up directly in my path. Stop whatever you're doing and look towards the door without making it look like you're looking for anyone in specific. What? Okay. What am I pretending not to be looking for? Mr. Genie DeFrame. I have no idea who that is. The top arcade critic in the city. Her reviews can make or break an arcade easily. I didn't think she'd be coming today, as normally some little independent arcades is beneath her interests, but apparently she's made an exception. If we don't want to end up smeared across every website she writes for, I suggest you go play nice and show her all the positives of Tokicade. Okay, I'm on it. Best foot forward. She's the redhead near the entrance, with the handbag. Best of luck. Oh god, I hope she's not one of the moms of the kids. I easily spot her, thanks to Gavin's cues. Considering this morning lacked the usual chaos I experienced on my first day at the Funplex, I'd say we're off to a great start, and I'm sure this reviewer will appreciate that. Wearing my most professional smile, I stroll over to the entrance. Oh boy, it is her. You. I remember you. Oh no. Oh no. My dear, wonderful Josh had a miserable time in your arcade at that birthday party. You just stood back and let that horrible woman say terrible things about me. Well, this arcade was fun while it lasted. Might as well burn it down to ashes and build a new arcade on those ashes 100 years from now, after this blows over. Before I could try to defend myself, she holds up a hand to stop me. Now, while I seriously question the wisdom of allowing you to run an arcade, and would love nothing more than to give you 0 stars and walk away immediately, I am unfortunately committed by ethical standards to stay and properly review your establishment in a relatively unbiased fashion. So, as unpleasant as this may be for both of us, I suggest we remain professional, even if you dug yourself a rather deep hole to climb out of, in my view. Understood? Even if I wanted to go on a tirade or chew her out, I got to think of the arcade. This is some rando angry parent, not this time. It feels like chewing around glass, but I need to swallow my pride on this. Understood. Excellent. What I need from you now is to stay out of my way. No special treatment or consideration. I need to observe your arcade as a disinterested outside party so that I can judge your facility and atmosphere. But rest assured, if I see some egregious mistake, I will bring it to your attention pointedly. My readers likewise will become very aware of your shortcomings. I do my best to support consumer activism, and that requires absolute honesty of any difficulties I observe. So till such time as I require you, I suggest we speak no further. Agreed? Sure, fine. As you were then. Oh, of course. Wonderful. Just wonderful. Not only does she hate us right off the bat, but I can't even leap to the defense of what we built here without antagonizing her further. I may need to talk to Gavin about how we saved Tokicade from an inevitable negative review. Nothing else I can do now but pay for the arcade gods, and everything from here on out goes perfectly. Once again I wander the floor, but this time while it's all smiles and pleasantries on the outside, I'm left all alone battling my thoughts. This is certainly not helping my anxiety, mind you. Being under a magnifying glass means anything that can go wrong will go wrong in spectacular fashion, reported on across every arcade enthusiast website in existence. No, wait, stop. Bad thinking. Don't assume things will go wrong. Besides, the morning wasn't too eventful. Who's to say the afternoon would be a disaster? Oh boy. And then the afternoon was a disaster. What the fuck happened? I knew I had spoken too soon the second I saw Gavin approaching me, with a tinge of worry furrowing his brow.
Utterly ridiculous.
It shouldn't be possible for us to be out of nachos in the vending machines this fast. And yet we are. I have receipts for ordering exactly enough to fill them up, and yet there was only a few bags in there. A missed delivery, perhaps? And that was the least of our problems. Oh boy. Nomura, we've got an electrical problem. 3 of the retro games have shorted out. I don't understand. I tested the power supplies, outright rebuilt a few of them. Unless someone's seriously scuffling their sneakers and chucking the coin boxes, we're talking a failure somewhere in our electrical wiring. Calamity after catastrophe, they just kept piling up.
What?
All the toilets stopped working. All of them. We need to call a plumber fast, and not the one that jumps on turtles. Anxiety rising. What are we gonna do? This doesn't make any sense.
Well.
I'm freaking out. I'll admit that. I'm freaking out. Maybe we should close down for the day. Iron out the wrinkles, try again tomorrow. We are hastily losing our grip on things, and if I don't say anything, we may as well call it quits. I must refocus our energy. Command the troops. Relive tension. Ask for help. Relieve tension. I feel like we need to relieve them. Just be like, relax. Everything's gonna be okay. This is what we're gonna do. Well, that's it. Toss a match and let's burn the place down for the insurance money. That is not what I meant. That might be a physically sound decision at this point. Gavin, no. I was joking. That was a joke. Much like all my wry humor. Maybe instead of burning it down, and this just me spitballing here, we can work the problem. People, talk to me. What you got? Any ideas? The group exchanges nervous glances, then thankfully stops to breathe and think. I will become the plumber we need. I mean, not exactly, but I'll grab a plunger and do what I can. We'll have to close down the bathrooms for now, but I'm sure we could convince one of our neighbors to loan us theirs, maybe. I'll check next door with him before I go to battle with our demonically possessed toilets. And while I say this vending machine issue is human error, I have enough faith in my own error checking to say this human is not responsible. I'll make some calls with our distributors and see where the chain broke down. Also see about ordering some quick replacement stock. Mine's a bit more complex. I need to replace the fried power supplies, but I can do that. I can do most of those today. Meanwhile, I put a feeler out to Indie Arcade community online. See if we can get an electrician with arcade experience out here quickly. I've been meaning to get back into online groups, and even if it means popping my head up in a crowd, I'll do it. Okay, good solutions, people. Good solutions. I won't be able to work the floor while I'm taming our restrooms tomorrow. Are you good with covering for me? Things seem to be getting more intense as the day picks up. You three focus on your task at hand. I may be the boss, but I was a floor attendant originally. I can handle whatever Tookacade throws at me. Got it? Gotcha. But I'm changing out of this first. I don't want to get poo water all over our new mascot. Toodles. I'm on it. You can count on me. Hooray! Go team! With all three busy, that leaves me in charge of every problem that may emerge for the rest of the afternoon. No way to tap out, with someone to help me with these situations. I need to work fast, to hit every problem before it's too late. Can't leave any stones unturned this time, no risk of letting something spiral out of control. But I'm ready. I mean, I have to be. No choice. Feeling freshly invigorated, I start my floor trek. There are problems all around me, but what should I tackle first? Oh boy. Cursing and begging as someone beats up a machine. A crowd gathering around new posters Juniper designed. The video wall keeps showing pictures of bunnies. Okay, right now none of those are really important besides the guy beating up a machine. As I hear the clang and bang of someone assaulting a cabinet, I see Percy holding up a finger to grab my attention. I motion for him to join me, and he does. Thank goodness. I tried to grab Ashley, but she was in a hurry, brandishing a plunger like it was some sword. There's so much going on right now. What's happening? Some hooligan's working his way down the retro games, yelling at them and smacking around the joysticks like they're speed bags. I swear he was going to knock over our joust. That's how hard he was shoving the cabinet. People have been avoiding going near him ever since he started raging out. It's causing quite a scene. I'll take care of it, Percy. Thanks. Be careful, love. I don't like the looks of this one. He places a hand on my shoulder in solidarity before leaving. Damn, you make it sound like I'm gonna die. This happens more often than you think. Someone getting so mad at the game that they start smacking the cabinet around. Unlike pinball, which will go into tilt mode to punish you, the only justice to be found here is my justice. I am the arcade law. You stupid freaking piece of game. I totally jumped over that freaking barrel. Freaking stupid monkey and his freaking barrels. Even if I'm a little less than eager to bring the law down on this guy. I am in awe at the size of this lad. He's probably eats 6 whole hams for breakfast and bench presses pickup trucks for fun. But I know my duty. I know what I must do. You break it, you buy it. Okay, that's enough. You, out now. Sir, I need to ask you to stop that immediately. Well, yeah, that's the more professional way to say anything. Let's keep this simple. Sir, we have a strict policy against damaging our games. I need you to stop that immediately. Oh god, she's just going to be watching and standing by there. And who the frick are you, huh? Oh good, just what I need right now. From the corner of my eye, I spot Mrs. Defame watching. I better stay cool. I'm the manager here, and I have a right to eject any customer abusing the games. I suggest you play nicely if you want to stay at Tookacade. Understood, sir? You little... But oddly, his attention is diverted to something or someone behind me. It's only for a couple of seconds, but his whole demeanor changes after that. Fine. He storms off, deciding he'd rather have the last word than argue it further. I turn to see who or what exactly changed his mind with a sharp glance, but the crowd's too thick. Whoever or whatever it was is gone now. And Mrs. Defame returns to the crowd without a comment, hopefully quietly approving of my law bringing. That was odd, but I guess a win is a win. Now then, what's the next problem? The crowd gathered around the new poster. The video walls keep showing pictures of bunnies. I guess, the crowd gathering could be... It could be, I guess, a freaking blocking passage problem, so we'll do that one. A small crowd has gathered near the back of the arcade for some reason. It is especially odd because there's no games here, just some great wall art and posters that Jennifer came up with. It's also especially odd the crowd is ignoring Queen Bee over said posters. Charming. Real freaking charming. Hey Nomura, you seen this yet? Seen what? Jennifer's marketing must be on point to get that amount of attention. If only it was that. Nomura, here, let me show you. Queen Bee pushes past the crowd, glaring at them as she goes. Grow up, don't you have better things to do? Sheesh. Some people. And I see why the locals were swarming and snickering. Jennifer made a bunch of posters and decorations based on Ashley's pixel art designed for the arcade, all part of our branding and marketing experiment. Except when you draw a big old ding-dong in permanent magic marker and use that heart as the base, well, it gets rather naughty. A fact which is not lost on Mrs. Defame, who turns her nose to the imposed wall art. Great. Just great. So yeah, someone's gone and defiled a bunch of our posters. Fortunately for you, I got a good look at them, just as they were walking away from this one. Big guy, wearing a pair of blue shutter shades. Look, regardless of what happened earlier, I've got your back if you need to roll up on this guy. He looks like bad news. Thanks, but I can't have you acting as official arcade security. We don't have official security jackets. For starters. Excuse me. Hello, James. Welcome. Looks like your arcade's big day is going well. Yeah. So far, it's been going pretty okay, even though, you know, we're having moments in the arcade and freaking critics, but whatever. Plus, I'm the manager. It's my duty to take this on. Yeah, good luck with that. My advice? Call the cops if you have to. This whole situation smells funny to me. Hey, you! No photos. Oh, dang. Queen Bee yanks down the poster adorned with pornographic graffiti before it can go viral. She leaves the confrontation to me while she does her part to clean things up. It doesn't take long to track the guy down. For starters, there's his rather unique fashion sense. Also, I spy him in the middle of another graffiti stint. Caught red-handed. Kinda hard to give him benefit of the doubt, or even a second chance. He clearly broke the rules of the arcade. Although he looks like the sort of who could break me if I break the news to him badly. I should choose my words wisely, ones that involve me staying in one piece. Don't do that, please. It's against rules. Keep that up and I'll call the police. Sir, I'm afraid I need to ask you to leave. Huh. You know what? That's probably like the most professional way to say it. Yeah, sir, I'm afraid I need to ask you to leave. No sense in letting this guy off the hook. We keep this simple and clean. Sir, I'm the manager of this arcade, and I'm going to have to ask you to leave now. Immediately he straightened up, looming large over me in a rather threatening fashion. I'm sorry. What was that, manager? You telling me to leave? You heard me. At first I think he's going to bounce me out the door instead of bouncing himself, but with a growl he backs down. Fine, it's your call, buddy. Yours alone. And he walks right out on the door, without another word. I'm left in a state of utter confusion as our exchange. That seems suspiciously easy. But a win is a win. With that in the bag, I quickly look around to see if there are any other nearby problems I can address. The video wall keeps showing pictures of bunnies? The retro television-based video wall was an idea I came up with during renovations. Naomi runs the whole thing off a cheap mini computer too. Practical and inexpensive, and it gives it just the perfect amount of flair. And I've been pretty proud of it up until this moment. For some reason, it's showing a nature documentary about cute and fluffy bunnies instead of retro music videos and arcade high scores. Not that bunnies are a badness thing necessarily. There are so many worse things that could be playing, but it's still not playing what I want it to play. Something's amiss. And as I'm hunting around for the remote control we keep at the price desk, Teo approaches. Bunnies, huh? Yep, bunnies. Interesting choice. Not my choice, Teo. I'll have it fixed in a moment. Okay, cool. I was wondering if we'd suddenly experience a paradigm shift in arcade theming or something. The bunnies are really cute though. Grabbing the remote, I flick it back to the channel 3, which should take the video feed from Naomi's system. And it flips back to bunnies on the channel 5 a few seconds later. Persistent, aren't they? Almost like the rabbits themselves. So I click back to channel 3. And nope, once again it reverts back to 5. Okay, clearly we're dealing with a master hacker, one who could modify Naomi's system despite having no physical access to it. An individual capable of truly hacking the planet. Yeah. Or it's a prankster with a universal TV remote. I've got one of those myself. Helps me turn off overly loud TVs in bars, which drown out the beats of whatever game I'm playing. Not that I would ever do that, mind you. Just in case. But with great power comes great responsibility. And clearly whoever's focusing us to watch this lacks the latter. But how about I go simply check the crowd to see if anybody's got a clear line of sight and is pointing a gadget at the video wall each time you change it. I'm strapped for help, so I'm not going to deny Teo's offer. Sure, go for it. The war of a remote control continues for another minute, back and forth for music videos and documentaries about rabbits. And now it's showing them mating. Oh god. Which I'm seriously hoping does not count as pornography, or it'll be yet another black mark against us with a certain arcade critic. It's not even a few minutes, but it feels like an eternity of copulating lemon or soup before Teo returns. What the heck? Found him. Orange jacket, standing near the pinball section. Thanks,
No
Teo.
problem.
No worries. Anything for you. I roll up the sleeves of my hoodie, ready to put an end to this. Oh no. Wait, not him. Wait a minute. Isn't that the arcane newbie from earlier? They didn't seem like a troublemaker at the time. What's going on here? Nope, it's definitely this kid. I can see the tiny plastic gadget in their hand briefly before they pocket it. Perhaps noticing my approach, the teenager rolls stealth and gets a natural one, resulting in an awkward and obvious attempt at looking like an unimportant part of the crowd. Hey, didn't do anything. I mean, hi, good to see you again. What's up? How are things? Given this living bundle of nervousness, I'm not sure I feel like coming down like a ton of bricks on this poor kid, but rules are rules, right? Excuse me, would you kindly stop doing that? Got a thing for bunnies. Huh, cute. I'm afraid I need to ask you to leave. Yeah. If you're just gonna keep messing around with our stuff, you might as well have to go. This one may be a jumpy and twitchy sort, but the rules are the rules. I need to play fair. I'm afraid I need to ask you to leave the arcade. Why? You know why. You're deliberately interfering with our video systems. Management reserves the right to refuse service to anyone breaking the rules. You need to go. Crap, she's gonna be mad at me. Before I can ask what that meant, they're gone, hurrying through the crowd and out the door. Oh, they're probably working for the review critic lady, huh? What's going on here? Checking my hand, I return to looking for other trouble spots. Before I continue my quest to purge my arcade of evildoers, I'm interrupted by an onslaught of my hard-working staff. I knew it. About our missing inventory. Uh-oh. When I get my hands on whoever did this, I found the electrical problem. Sabotage, and treason. An enemy agent walks among us. Okay, so we have some insights of what's causing all these messes, but it's a chaotic jumble right now. One at a time, please. Our suspiciously low snack inventory was indeed not human error. The delivery truck never arrived here. It was routed to a garbage dump due to a computer error, or as I suspect, malfeasance. And malfeasance explains our electrical problems too. Remember my joke about someone scuffing their feet and shocking the coin boxes? Nope, that's actually what happened. An external shock, not a grid failure. Someone's got a battery or some other shock prod and was using it to crash games. Must be the same someone who flushed a bunch of wadded up paper towels and firecrackers down the toilets. It was a war zone in there. I was able to dredge up one super gross chunk of it, but we'll need a professional plumber to get the rest. This is all sounding way too suspicious to be random acts of hooliganism, and it also ties into what I've been handling on the floor. I've had to deal with pranksters all afternoon too. Even had to kick a few of them out the door. I've been so busy playing firefighter, running from blaze to blaze with a leaky bucket, that I haven't been able to put the pieces together. But now it's clear, and I know what I must do. If you'll pardon me, it's time for Miss Twitch to go kick some ass. Good work, everyone. Wrap up your task. I'll handle the pranksters. I think if I got an idea of who's behind all this. Yeah, pretty much that. Okay, I think I've got a good idea of who's behind this, or at least someone who knows what's going on. I'll go deal with them while you three finish cleaning up the mess. Are you sure? Maybe you should have some backup. I don't know how to fix power supplies, hire plumbers, or order new snacks. I need you to help me with those things. You can count on us. Very well, but keep us informed, please. We're all in this together. Boy. And with a nod of solidarity, all of us split up, each on our own mission on thwart the ne'er-do-wells. I'm not particularly thrilled to begin this confrontation. My nerves haven't stopped jangling since this morning, but, well, my friends are counting on me to lead, to be the responsible one. I can't voice this off into Gavin like I might have done at the Funplex. Finding my quarry isn't particularly difficult. She's been in the background the whole time, watching and waiting as I ran around trying to put a lid on the mayhem. Her eyes study me as I approach, grinning ear to ear. Wait. Is she the one behind it, even though we gave her tokens to help her out? Or did the critic lady have them do it? Huh.
Hiya. Hi. Hello there.
Oh boy.
Figured it out, huh?
Yeah, I can't say I understand the why, but I at least know the who. The matching fashion style was a pretty big clue.
Get some formal introductions in order. Yeah, okay.
Oh
The
boy.
name's Sue. Natural born leader, hacker extraordinaire, and leader of the Ghost Monsters, the hottest gang on these streets.
Ghost monsters? Oh my goodness. They seem like a freaking, like a, what is it? They seem like a motorcycle gang who are sponsoring freaking Monster energy drinks. That's what they look like.
Nice to meet ya.
No. She playfully curtsies, her wicked smile never creasing.
Yeah, I guess my friends were a little wild and crazy, leaning a bit heavy on the pranks. And okay, you booted some of us out. Not all, just some. That's cool, I mean, it's your house and your rules. You're the sheriff here and you laid down the law. And I respect that. Let me make it up to you, okay?
Sue steps back and taps a button on her smartwatch. Oh boy. And from the crowd of gamers, her whole gang assembles. Even the one I told to get lost. Gang, this is... What's your name again? Miss Twitch. Gang, this is Nomura. Nomura, this is Inky, Blinky, Pinky, and Clyde. Now then. I just realized those are the ghost names from Pac-Man. It's the ghosts from Pac-Man. They're all named after them. Okay, that makes sense now for, like, their gang name, but, like... Why? She turns to face her ghost monsters. You are all very, very naughty, and I'd say she's owed an apology. A big, fat I'm sorry from each of you. Don't you agree? Each of them mumbles a semi-coherent, semi-sincere apology. Yeah, whatever, sorry. Real sorry. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm really sorry. Okay. When they finish, Sue faces me once again.
There. Everybody's sorry, which means everybody's forgiven, correct? Because, and this is me being real with you, I like this arcade. I really do. It beats the crap out of Deco's Palace, that's for sure. I can easily see this being our new home, you know? I admire what you've done with the place. It's totally awesome, and I'm really looking forward to coming back. Again and again. I definitely don't want to end our first day here on a sour note. No. I'm so glad we can communicate like adults. Apologize for being naughty and move on. Now, okay, we may still ruffle a few feathers while we're here, but that's cool, right? I'm sure you understand that it's all fun and games. Nothing personal. So, what do you say, friend? All's forgiven?
I pause, taking in everything Sue rambled on about. Let me get this straight. You scare our customers, mess with our television sets, smash up and short-circuit our games, clog our toilets, redirect our mail orders, come back here after I explicitly told you to get lost, draw dongs on all our posters, and you want me to smile and let you come back tomorrow? My words barely faze her, and the grill's still lingering.
See? You get it?
Yep, yeah, that sounds about right. I love this arcade, and I think we could be great friends. What do you say, partner? Waiting for my response, she holds out a fist to bump. Are you freaking kidding me? Of course not. Oh my god. Sure, why not? I absolutely love all arcade sims. LOL, no, get out. If you truly love this arcade, you have to stop causing problems. Rules are rules. If you can respect them, you can stay. Huh. I mean, that's true. If you truly love this arcade, you have to stop causing the problems. Yeah. Look, I'm sure you're all good kids at heart, but if I let you hang around here and you just cause more problems, it's no good for any of us. If you sincerely love Tokacade, you'll understand I can't let you ruffle feathers, as you put it. I need to make sure everyone's having a good time. Well, yeah, I mean, I get that, right. So I might be willing to offer you another chance if you promise me you'll follow the rules from now on. That's the best I can do, okay?
Helping it.
Oh, well, I like to work with you here, really. But promise is kind of a steep ask. Something's wrong. I'm a pretty empathetic sort of gal. I can tell when someone's being legit with me, and she's certainly genuine about wanting to come back, but seems conflicted. How hard is it to not hack machines and run wild? Why would that be a problem? Okay, see? Normally I give you my word. Word is bond, but well... No ifs, ands, or buts. I need your word if I'm going to rebuild trust with you. We don't need to get the police involved here. We can keep this between us, right? Sue raises an eyebrow at that.
Whoa, put the brakes on. Bad idea, friend. Really bad idea. You don't want to even think about getting the cops involved in this. No. Because, and this is me being honest with you because we're on such good terms, it won't do you any good. We'll be out and back on the streets within a day. We've got friends in high places. We don't sell drugs or weapons. We sell information. And information, as a currency, is far more valuable than what other gangs trade in. So if we're doing this, we don't involve the pigs. Any problems, you come to me direct. That's my rule. Break that rule. And, well, you don't want to see what I can do with the push of a single button.
So now you're threatening
I'm
me.
just telling you how it is. What you do now is entirely up to you.
But before she could continue her tirade, we were rather rudely interrupted. Bruh, are you seriously? Like, at that point, girl, you're, like, threatening me. I might as well just call the police. Oi, Sue, the hell you think you're doing here? Oh boy, what the heck? The thick tension that surrounded us melts away, redirected to the new challenger. All eyes glare towards them. What on earth is happening here? Oh great. Okay, hold that thought. I got business to attend to. Damn right you do. Ghost monsters don't operate south of 23rd Street. You damn know well this is lovely chainsaw territory. Get lost or get tossed. If I wasn't confused before, I sure as heck am now. All I can do is watch this unfold before me. What the heck? With a clap, Sue summons her buddies to her side. I'm sorry, south of what? I don't recall signing any non-compete agreement with you darlings.
Monsters for life.
Go, Ghost Monsters. This locker room gossip queen is disrespecting your fearless leader. What do we say to that? Nobody disses Sue on my watch. Nobody. Yeah, and I ain't scared to hit a chick. I'm an equal opportunity, social, maladjusted individual. Jesus. Think you got your answer, ladies. Now then, let's rumble. Oh my goodness. Well, to their credit, they didn't throw the first punch, but we're talking hand didn't shoot first levels of morale high ground there. Immediately, the ghost monsters and lovely chainsaws are at each other's throats, grappling, punching, shoving each other. A baseball bat gets swung and clang off the side of a racing game. Soda cans are thrown, someone uproots a chair near the snack machine, and that goes flying too. It's chaos, complete and utter chaos. And it needs to stop now. Iris. Already calling the cops. As for me, it's funny when you start about the day anxious about what the future may bring. Once that future goes completely to poop, well, that anxiety just fades away. There's something oddly freeing about seeing your world crumble around you. There's nothing left to fear, and that means I can swing into action, ready to face it. Priority 1. Get the customers the hell out of here. Gavin and Ashley are already on that. I join in, trying to funnel the panicked crowd of kids and gamers out the door and away from the carnage. This way, hurry! In an orderly fashion, please. Out, everybody, out. With their focus on loading the place with arcade games and nothing more, it doesn't leave a lot of room to work with. Nor is it much of an octagon for a remarkably sloppy mixed martial arts brawl breaking out. We're going to have a lot of game damage when all is said and done. Damn it. I'm not letting that frickin' get away with this. Oh my god, that's a gun. Until now, it's been the world's sloppiest bar room brawl. Teenagers flailing at each other wildly, generally wrecking the scene rather than each other. But now she's pulled out a gun. Not some arcade-like gun, but a real-life shooting and killing gun. Oh my god. That's crazy. This isn't happening. This cannot be happening. This isn't happening. But this is 100% happening. The leader of the Lovely Chainsaw Gang raises her weapon and takes aim at Sue, trying to end this. But her target is conveniently tucked behind Mrs. Dufresne and Teo. If I don't do something, someone is going to get seriously hurt. My mind races. Calm acceptance washes over me. This is how things will be, no helping it. One chance to do something good in the midst of all this chaos. Time slows for me, like I'm trapped in a dream state. Pure instinct takes over and I start running toward them. Time to bust a move, Teo. That's crazy. Protect Teo. Protect Mrs. Defame. Protect Sue. Oh, God. Oh, wait, wait, they said that the girl's behind Mrs. Defame, though. I mean, if I push out the critic lady, like, technically all of this problem is because of Sue. So, we just gonna protect the critic real quick. Get out, bro. What is this PNG slide? Look at that silly movement. Oop. Anyways, I didn't save, so whatever happens, happens, and we must go on. I'm scared. Holy frick, what did you... I was aiming for Sue. Pigs. Run for it. Stay cool and wipe the footage first. Do it. Stay with us. Stay with us. Help is on the way. Bruh. Oh no, Francine. I just wanted to make a dream for everyone to enjoy. That's all. Was that so wrong? It's what you would have done. It's what you did do for all of us. But I guess no good deed goes unpunished, huh? The Twitch family curse.
You've a strong spirit, dear. You'll get through this, I know you will. But for now, you best wake up. There's still more to be done.
Bruh. What the heck? I saw the light. Oh my gosh. This story is taking a turn. Very much so. Slowly, very slowly, I open my eyes. The soft beeping of medical monitoring greets me, as well as an angel in white. Well, an angel in a white lab coat. While they are no heavenly being, they do appear to be my doctor, armed with nothing more than a clipboard. I'm still a little hazy as they briefly explain the situation. Thanks to my well theatrics, I startled the shooter enough that her bullet missed at its intended target, and instead it went into my leg, which hurts like heck, but apparently resulted in a surprisingly clean shot that I'll recover in a few weeks easily. Yep, this game has a lot more going on than being a dating sim. Yeah, that is for sure true. 2 days in the hospital, a week or two on crutches, some limping, then I'll be back to 100%. And more importantly, nobody died. I can live with this momentary pain if someone else gets to live. Period. Bruh, if Sue comes back, hell no, they are not allowed. Since they started all this crap. So, could have been better, could have been worse. The doctor, having given me the report, leaves to treat their other patients, but before they do, they inform me I have a visitor. It better be friggin' Miss Defame, Miss Critique, better be giving me 5 stars. And best words. At least there's a plus side. I just wonder who it is. Ah. Queen Bee storms into the room and proceeds to stand before me. Her arms are crossed defensively and her brow furrows. She's visibly upset. I mean, I got shot. I jumped in front of the bullet. Of course she'd be upset. I have a feeling like I'm about to get reamed for what I did. I'll admit, maybe it wasn't the smartest thing jumping in front of a bullet, but I can't undo it now. I'm prepared for the consequences as I brace for impact.
Dumb.
Oh.
You just...
Damn. Her words falter as she tries her best to keep her composure. Her frown
You
softens.
had me so worried.
Tears roll down her cheeks, and she immediately wipes them
Don't do
away.
anything that's stupid ever again. Seriously, I can't believe you jumped in front of a bullet.
What can I say? I catch a bullet for you, even though you weren't being shot at.
You realize you aren't some action hero, right?
This brings a smile to my face. Yes, the harsh realization is settling in. And I promise I won't do it ever again.
Swear to me.
I swear. I swear I won't get shot again. Queen Bee's defensive stance melts away and her whole body relaxes as she sighs.
Because I can't bear the thought of losing you. I just couldn't imagine my life without you.
She pauses, biting her lower lip. Oh boy. She averts her eyes, her cheeks flushing red.
I love
Okay.
you.
Oh,
I love you. A lot.
damn. That's an aggressive way to say it, as I'm like broken in the hospital. But thanks.
So there. Now you know.
Yes, now I do know. But why are you so mad about it? Even though my legs is throbbing, my heart skips a beat before I can respond. I love you too. So very much. My love for you knows no bounds. I feel the same way. Yes, I love you too. We have to respond that way. Hearing her mirror my sentiments from earlier, I couldn't help but smile. I love you too, Queen Bee. More than words can begin to describe. I care for you deeply, passionately, and intrinsically. I've never loved anyone as much as I love you. You are my everything. Oh, I couldn't bear the thought of losing you either, which is why I felt so upset earlier and let that get the better of me. Honestly, I should have taken the time to talk to you in a more collected manner, and for that I apologize. Yeah, I wasn't perfect at discussing it
And I'm
either.
a fool thinking that it took me almost losing you to be able to share my feelings for you. It's ridiculous.
Goddamn, are you angry at me or angry at yourself? Because right now you scaring me, woman. And I'm in the hospital with a broken leg. Please. Please give me some time to heal.
Commitment and devotion have always scared me. I've been burned hard in the past and have closed myself off from those emotions. I didn't want to get hurt again. But
Understandable.
with you, everything just feels right.
Oh, I'm the chosen one. Yeah, it does feel right, doesn't it? Seeing you injured made me realize that I didn't want to be without you. And so, while you were recovering, I made a few calls, talked to the demon and the other heavenly kings. Oh? Oh. I still want to be able to live in a team house. That's my dream, and I can't give that up. But being without you is also my dream. So I was able to find a solution. Get this. 2 houses. Obviously, they aren't going to demolish the house they have now over in Japan, but we decided to open a secondary house. Here. Nice. But I don't know how that's gonna work. In this city. So how exactly will that work? Will they move over here then?
No way.
Not a chance. They can't all uproot and leave what they have, just like how I don't want to abandon what I have here. Instead, they put me in charge of complying my own team for here in the States, a full branch of 4HK. I'll be scoping out hot local talent and inviting them to play with me. Granted, I'm still going to take trips to visit, study, and play abroad for the rest of the kings, but this way I don't have to leave forever. Oh wow, that's smart. Is this really happening? Is this some fever dream? Can I move into the house too? I'm so happy it worked out. Can I move into the house too? Do you think that I can move in too? That way I don't ever have to leave you? Never ever? And now you made it creepy. Yeah. I jest. I know it's your thing. But I'm just saying I could help keep your bed warm after those long nights staying up late practicing. That's rather tempting. Oh, and then can I be on the team too?
No,
Bruh.
no way.
Ha! No. Damn. I love you, but even my love can't elevate you to the skill you need to be at to live in this house. Sick burn. I'm just glad that you're on board with all of this. Of course I am, Queen Bee. You mean so much to me. And you to me. I'm excited to start this new adventure with you. Queen Bee steps in closer to where I'm laying, leans in and kisses me gingerly. My whole body melts as warmth spreads over my entire body.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to me. You are the best, truly. Now get some freaking rest. I'm out. Well, damn. Okay. I wish desperately to get out of this bed and follow her, but with this leg, there is no chance of that. So I'm left, pining. Seeing that person I care for the most was certainly a boon to my spirit. Now, if they could only do something about the food here. With my heart calmed, my body finally tells me it's exhausted. I snuggle into the covers as a yawn escapes me. Just as I'm about to roll over and drift off to sleep, another visitor drops in. It's likely well past visiting hours, but with no small amount of both dread and relief, I'm glad to see her. Oh boy. Miss Twitch, a word if you will. Ma'am, I have a bullet in my leg just for saving yo ugly ass. If you start talking shit, I'm gonna rip that red wig off your head. I tried to straighten myself up from the pillow backrest. Time to put my professional front, even if I'm in excruciating pain. Okay, I should start by explaining that what happened today isn't exactly indicative of... I should hope it was. It's hard to disguise the disbelief on my face. What? It seems I've misjudged your character based on an initial unpleasant interaction. But what I saw today, clearly you are no fool, nor a coward. I let my need to protect my family override my better judgment. How absurd. To paint everything you built at Tokakade with that brush all over such a small matter. I saw you selflessly throw yourself in front of that bullet. You didn't have to do that. You chose to do that. It's indicative of someone who isn't simply in this for the money, as so many in this industry are. In fact, you took a bullet from me, despite my open hostility towards you. It seems very childish of me in retrospect, and I apologize. I suppose I've become a bit jaded from all those eager to cash in on the arcade scene. All the large-scale arcades I have to review tend to be very impersonal and cold. So you were impressed with our arcade? Well, let's not go that far. I can't say I was thrilled with the amount of mayhem and disaster going on even before a gang war broke out. But I will also say I've only ever seen that amount of mayhem and disaster once before. It's highly unusual, to say the least. The last time I reviewed a small up-and-coming arcade similar to yours, everything went wrong. Everything. I wrote myself in the honest fashion, and as a result of my scathing pen, the place was sold and closed down within a month. Sold to a notable figure in this industry. Wait, you don't mean... Yes, Dekonami. Such is the fate of any arcade which dares to stand up to him. Your prior business, the Funplex, only escaped being devoured by being far too small to be worthwhile. Sadly, your enthusiasm may have put it his crosshairs, and if you cannot tidy up in your reputation after today's affairs, Tokukade will be next. Again, and again, torn down by Dekonami. This time he didn't even have to lift a finger. By pure coincidence, the ghost monsters wrecked everything before he could exact any revenge. All he had to do was swoop in and buy out what's left of our dreams. However, I have come to a decision. Given I was a first-hand witness to your troubles, which were clearly not your fault, and given your willingness to put even your own life on the line for your arcade, I'm going to tell my editor I need more time, but I want to return in 1 week to get more accurate and mature overview of your operation. 1 week, that's the best I can offer you. This is a difficult hole to climb out of, Miss Twitch. Even aside from earlier trouble, having a gang fight and a shooting transpire at an arcade? Well, the press will feed on this, even if I was only press present and accounted for. They'll dig and they'll speculate and they'll chew on your bones. If your arcade survives the initial onslaught, I hope to write a proper review which can lay those concerns to rest. But I'll offer you no more second chances, no more reasonable doubts. Best foot forward when I return, or my readers will know the truth. Understood? Understood. Then I'll leave you to your recuperation. With a curt nod, she nods and leaves the room, leaving me with my thoughts. 1 week. I've got exactly 1 week to completely rebuild our reputation and clear the good name of Tokukade. Otherwise, it's game over for all of us. Bruh. Ma'am, I'm in the hospital. Couldn't this have waited until after? Whatever. We finished level 7. Yay. New game plus. Yippee. You've cleared level 7 of Arcade Spirit. Blah, blah, blah. I'm done. I'm tired. The winner's you. Now let's see your score. You're proving to be a gentle, sweet, and compassionate soul. Also, you scored 23,400 points. Woohoo! And now, let's have one last pizza fact. 62% of Americans prefer meat toppings on their pizza, while 38% prefer vegetarian. Everybody loves different kinds of pizza, and that's a beautiful thing. Do you want to save your game before proceeding? Drumroll please. The final level. Yes, we're gonna save the game. But that is gonna be it for today's stream, because I am now tired, and it is now 2:30 a.m. for me. And so the next time I stream, we should be finishing this game. So yep, that will be all today. Anyways, thank you so much for today's stream. Take care, and see you next time for the final chapter. Goodbye.